with mature audiences only. So if you can't stand the heat, stay away from the fire.
It's our last night under unlawful Facebook restrictions. Tomorrow night we will be freed. Share it up, help us fuck the man. He's trying to hold us down. Our last night of Facebook restrictions. What's up, Raider Nation? How we doing this evening? In case you forgot, I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And just where is that, might you ask? Well, shit. I know it's been a minute. It's been a long weekend. I wasn't here last night. Big L was holding it down. So, just in case you forgot, let me give you some simple landmarks. We're just down the street, past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask my man Joe. He's a gentleman, he's a scholar, as well as a man of commerce. Slip him what you should. He's gonna point you in the right direction. He's gonna tell you to take a left, and then a right, as you find yourself strolling down the street, minding your own goddamn business. A cool breeze will hit you that chills you right to your skeletal core, and you'll find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? You goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should, because what you're going to find at the end is a special little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Tuesday, even when we're in the middle of unlawful Facebook restrictions, it is still the Raider Nation Report. A solid 60 minutes with yours truly. And it is the last night of Facebook restrictions, so the numbers won't be down. Our feeds will actually get out to the masses as it's supposed to, and we won't just basically be a website fucking webcast where you have to come here to find us. Just fucking bullshit. But I may just speak on that later. Possible WTF spoiler. You have to stick around for that one. You might get your popcorn ready. All right. So it's been a crazy weekend. Got that W. That's really all that matters, right? Ain't that really all that matters? I mean, that's the only stat that matters in all of sports. Fucking home runs, you know, what your shooting percentage is, you know, how many touchdowns you scored, how many interceptions you threw, how many fumbles you had, what your completion percentage is. It doesn't really fucking matter. None of that matters. If you got a handful of jewelry, none of that matters. Because the only thing that really matters is the W when it gets right down to it. Am I right or am I wrong? Knock on wood if you're with me. Man, if I could find out who reported me, they'd already be fucking walking on their knees. Because I'd already had somebody take their fucking shins away by now. Motherfuckers. So no, they obviously don't tell you that for a reason. Because, you know, a bunch of fucking people walking around on their fucking knees. Moving along. Regardless, tomorrow afternoon, we'll be freed. 2 o'clock Eastern time. We'll be freed from our restrictions, and then, you know, we'll be back out to the masses as we have been. But we weren't going to stop the train, man. We got things going. So let's jump into it. Fuck all that shit. Let's get to a show. We got a show. We got the Raider Nation Report. Let's get to it. Now, starting next week, I do want to preempt this. Our Raider Reaction and our official sponsor, RaiderNationStore.net, Raiders R Us on Facebook, and Raider Nation Store on Instagram. Now, you can always go throw up that Commish code and get yourself some swag with 20% off. But starting next week, to close out every show, we're going to do a $1 raffle at the end of every show. So you'll be able to buy raffle tickets for 24 hours right up until the time of that raffle. And then we're going to click on there. Who's ever got the raffle ticket spot, we'll throw their name on there. We roll frickin' spin the hopper, draw a number. So myself and our sponsor are throwing up gear. So our first one, which will be a Monday night, at the end of Monday Night Misfit Madness with myself and Big L. We've got a large. This is from RaiderNationStore.net. They're throwing that in, as well as they're throwing in a Raider pop socket for your phone. And we are throwing in a Raider Reaction bumper sticker, Raider Reaction deep behind the enemy line bracelet, and a nice Raider Reaction button. So that's just $1. That's your first $1 raffle at the end of Monday Night Madness on Monday. You can go to the website shortly after the show tonight, and the raffle tickets will be up there, and you can start buying them. So it's only $1. $1. We're going to do that all week next week at the end of every show. About the last 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to have a different item every night. But we're only selling tickets for the Monday item. As soon as the Monday item's over, the next 24 hours, we'll sell for the Tuesday item. And so on and so forth the rest of next week. So we've got a bunch of stuff to get rid of. The sponsors have sent in a bunch of stuff. We've got patches. We've got flags. We've got the face shields. We got all kinds of stuff. So all next week, we're going to be giving away nice little lots. So that's you get a pop socket, a bracelet, a button, a fucking badass bumper sticker, and a sweet t-shirt. All for a freaking $1. All for $1. So check it out. So there's my shameless plug. Now let's move it on to the show. ESPN Power Rankings. We were 24 after week 3. Number 24. And we are sitting again at number 24. No movement. Just staying steady. Even keel. Even keel. So 13.6% chance currently to make the playoffs. 13.6. I'll take that. I'll take that. Right now, if the playoffs were to start right now after 4 games, which would be absolutely retarded, we would be in it. We would be the last wild card spot, which is where I predict us to be at the end of the season anyway. I really think that's a realistic goal. Right now, this is right where we had all predicted us to be. Myself and Big L both had us at 2-2 at this point of the season. Prime actually had us at 1-3. So we're all right, and all 3 of us at the end had us predicted in the playoffs with a wild card spot. So we're right along course. You have to look at a season in its entirety and the schedule in its entirety, because This schedule is front-end loaded with a nasty, nasty fucking road stretch. So, here's what it is. Swear, man, I got something hanging off my bill. It's fucking driving me nuts. But stayed the course. 2-2. I think we're all right. Number 24. We got a win, so we didn't drop. But I'd say others had better wins than we did. I didn't. Listen, the Colts were all right, but I thought the Colts were a beatable team with Jacoby Brissett at the helm. If we can't beat the Colts with Jacoby fucking Brissett, this was a team that didn't go deep in the playoffs last year with fucking neckbeard at fucking quarterback. If we couldn't handle Jacoby Brissett, then we're probably out of the conversation to begin with. So I kind of thought this was a statement game. I didn't call it a must-win. If we lost this game, I would have thought the Bears game would be a must-win. But we won this game. I kept saying if we go into the bye week 2-3 or 3-2, we're fine. Now, you're looking at us coming out of that game, and you look ahead at the Bears, who the Bears are looking like Trubisky ain't going to be there. No Trubisky this week. He's got a fucking separated non-throwing shoulder. Fuck issues with the rotator cuff. Probably not going to play. So that means you got Daniels in there. All the talk is Mac. All the talk is Mac. All the talk is Mac against Carr. Ma ba 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 ba. Mac has been a non-factor as many games as he's been a factor in. He's been a non-factor in every playoff game that he's been in. Show me. That's great. So far, Khalil Mack has been nothing more than a fantasy football statistical giant. He's on my fantasy football team. He scores me great as an individual defensive player every week. But other than that, so what? Are you putting your team in Super Bowls? No. Then, if you're the greatest fucking generational player at your position, like everybody keeps wanting to fucking stroke you off and tell me they are, then you should be vaulting your team into the stratospheres of the league, right? Nah, you're not. You still got no quarterback on the other side and no offense on the other side of the fucking ball. So until you can start playing both sides, start playing platoon football, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You haven't elevated your team to that level. I don't put you in iconic status like some of these people keep trying to throw you in. You have done nothing other than some splashes here and there across your career in the regular season. You got Defensive Player of the Year, and what did that season warrant you at the end? Nothing. Nothing. If you were the fucking greatest thing since sliced fucking bread, wouldn't you have went down and shut down a fucking weak-ass Texans fucking team and smothered them and given our team a chance if you were the fucking greatest thing since sliced bread, the greatest thing since the fucking wheel? If you were that fucking good, Khalil Mack, shouldn't you have fucking had some sort of impact on that playoff game? Just saying. Just saying. So, to say that we can't win that game now? Shit. You're fucking hired and fucking giraffe ass if you don't think we can win that game. We can win that game. We can win that game. I'm not hating on anybody. I'm just spitting facts. Those are facts. Oh, come on, man. Don't make me go pull out your freaking chat pictures. I see you hating on everybody. Freaking pot coming in here calling the kettle black. You blacker than a motherfucker. I'm hating on people saying that he's the greatest thing since sliced bread because he ain't. He's not. Statistically, he's not. Lawrence Taylor was a revolutionary type player. Khalil Mack is not yet. Start seeing some rings? Come talk to me. But until then, We'll see. It's a winnable game, very winnable. Now, the other big, probably the biggest story, besides the upcoming game, is Vontaze Burfict and the hit heard round the world. I sat here, man, I've been doing this fucking thing for 3 or whatever the fuck this is that we do here at RAIDER ReACTION for 3+ seasons. Or 3 seasons, not plus. Forget the plus, just 3 seasons. And before that, I'd sit here with Prime, I'd sit here on other shows and talked about how dirty ass a fucking player he was, how he needed thrown out of the league and blah, 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 blah. And I get Raider blind just like everybody else in the Raider Nation. As soon as they put on silver and black, I'm like, oh, fuck it, give me a hug. And we're all the same fucking way. And then as soon as something happens to him, we're like, oh, fucking the Raiders. Fucking, no, no. Back the fucking truck up on this one, okay? As I sat here, as soon as we signed him and said, man, this is a ticking time bomb, that this guy is one hit away from being set out the rest of the season. I sat here in fucking March, in April, in fucking May, June, said that shit, that this guy was a ticking time bomb. That yes, oh yeah, he'll be great as long as he can stay on the field. And it lasted, what, 3.25 games? Now, I can't, come on, man. He doesn't deserve something, it deserves something, not 12. Here's the thing. You got to go back and look at the totality of this guy. He's been fined or suspended for unnecessary roughness or some sort of on-the-field conduct issue 13 fucking times prior to this. 13! Okay, and some of them have had guys where you thought he fucking killed the guy on the fucking field. Forget the Antonio Brown hits? I mean, they have been talking about this guy. When you say who's the dirtiest player in the NFL for the past decade, you about 2 names jumped out of your mouth. Ndamukong Suh and Vontaze Burfict. They set these fucking guys down and told them, you can't play like this. This is the way the game is now. You can't play like that. You can't play like that. That suspension was not because of that hit. And that's what everybody can't seem to fucking get past. It's like, oh, the hit wasn't that bad. I seen this other hit. You know, I seen the Patriots hit. I seen this hit. I seen that hit. Yeah. Go look at that guy's record. He's got nothing. You go look at Vontaze Burfict and they're like, oh, you want the Burfict file? Hold on, boss. Let me get that for you. I mean, come on. I'm all for supporting the silver and black to the full extent. But exactly, man. And Jamie, top fan right there. That's why you're top fan, Jamie. Because you know you shit. If you don't think blowing kisses and fucking walking off the field being a smug prick and wiping it in the NFL's face didn't fucking make that phone ring real fast from the fucking NFL office in New York, you're crazy. You're crazy. You can't thumb your nose at the No Fun League. You can't do it. They'll be like, yeah, that motherfucker, yeah, Burfict, get him the fuck out of there. He's done. There's no way. He's not going to win the appeal. And I'm telling you right now, the NFL Players Association, they don't have his back either. He's going in there, and they are just giving him his due process, and that's it. That's all he's getting. They're giving him his legal due process by the agreement that they have in place, and that's it. They're not gonna. The only chance that he honestly has is the fact that they don't have a concrete set length of suspension on paper for this. So they're treading on unprecedented water, and typically when they tread on unprecedented water, sometimes the NFL reels it back in a little bit, and they may come back and say, okay, maybe 6, maybe 8. And maybe there's a possibility you get him back at the end of the season. I'm a big fan of the guy. But I'm an old school football fan. You know, to me, you step out on the field, you know, you're a gladiator, basically. You're out there fighting to the death. Shit. You know, you're doing everything you can to win within the confines of the rules, and they've softened up the rules, and unfortunately, it's tilted to the side of the offensive side of the ball, and you just have to fucking adjust for that. And yes, Nancy, it's unpaid. We will not be paid. So, but it's just a different game. It's a different game, Pete. I agree, man. It used to be war. You go back and watch the 83 team and watch those games. They straight assaulted motherfuckers every Sunday. It's not that type of game anymore. It's just not. It's a finesse, fucking run and gun, arena football style. They've taken defense out of it. You've got to be quick on defense. You've got to be with great hands, and you got to be able to stay off of the offender to be able to do what you got to do. And it's just a different game, man. It's a different game, and the Vontaze Burficts are not going to live. The Ndamukong Suhs are not going to live. Suh's even kind of cleaned his act up a little bit over the past couple of seasons. That's why he's been able to maintain. But I can't sit here and make an argument for Suh, or I mean for Burfict. I can't sit here and make an argument for him. I can't. There was no reason to fucking attack the guy and hit him in the manner in which he did right then. There's just no reason. Our linebacking core is pillaged, man. It really is. You got Nicholas Morrow had stepped in. He got 79% of the snaps at linebacker aside of Whitehead, who got 91. Those two basically held it down. Wilbur jumped in and got a little bit of action. He played in 3% of the snaps, but Burfict had played in 22% of the sets, and well, we all know what happened there. He didn't make it. He didn't make it all the way through. So it's a hit, man. I thought the guy would be great, but it is what it is, and it just didn't work out. It is what it is. So, as I said earlier, make sure you check out our sponsor here on Raider Reaction. Make sure you use that code, Commish81, and we've got dollar raffles at the end of every show next week, and we're going to be giving away swag from our sponsor as well as Raider Reaction swag at the end of every fucking show next week. So make sure you tune in. Last 10 minutes, we're giving away goodies, but you got to have a dollar raffle ticket through RaiderReaction.com. Super easy. You just go to our shop, you click on the thing, it takes you like 30 seconds, sends you to the secure website and everything. You know, we're all legit and shit. We ain't trying to take your money. And we got awesome lots that we're going to give out every night. It's not one item. We're throwing in like 5 or 6 items in every one, and all you have to do is $1 to get in. You fucking buy as many goddamn times as you want in, and that'll put as many balls in the hopper. So, offense. Oh, before I move on to the offensive side of the ball, we've got a fucking badass show Thursday night, man. We've been under Facebook restrictions unlawfully for the last week, which had held our show. Oh, those are coming, Nancy. Actually, those are coming. We do have window clings coming. Our show's been under restriction for the last week, so I've been holding this news because I didn't want to put it out there until I could actually put it out there to the masses properly. And our page comes out of restrictions tomorrow, and I'm going to start flooding on Thursday. Same Raider time, same Raider channel, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern, right here, a solid hour, 60 minutes. Myself, the Commish, welcomes a very, very special guest for Throwback Thursday. One of the OGs of the Raider Nation, the one, the only, Violator, joins me. We're going to sit down for a no-holds-barred, uncensored talk about God knows where it's going to go. So, myself, the Violator, Thursday night, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern, right here. Of course, Prime's with me tomorrow night, and we'll get right back into things full swing the way it should be. But Thursday night, Violator's in the house. He's going to be split screen with me, and we're going to break it down. The man told me, we ran into each other at the kickoff party at opening day. He told me, man, I want to come on. I got a lot to say. And the way this season has continued, already transpired, and ups and downs, man, I bet he's got a lot to say. So it's going to be interesting. But Thursday night, Violator right here. We'll be advertising the shit out of it starting about 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, as soon as they fucking crack the gates and let us out. Fucking social media jails. Just fucking stupid. You know, some bitch ass one of them fuckers that was in here last week. Fucking little fucking trolls popping in here, causing trouble. You know that's what it was. So, are you happy now after what we've seen from Derek Carr in week 4? He came out on fire. He had that little mishap with the fumble that could go either way there, but then came right back and scored again. Are you happy now? Do you feel better about Derek Carr than you did the week before? The only thing I want to see that next gear where you step on the throat and you just seal the deal at the end, because, you know, I'd have rather seen the offense seal the deal than, I mean, I love Derek Harris sealing the deal, but that's the only thing. But I understand that the greatness of this team is in this. It's in the travel of this season. It's in the growth of this season. It's in the growth of this season. So this team's going to continue to grow and get better together as the season continues on. So I think it was a nice building block and a progression in this season. That's what the team needed. You had to go in there and handle business, or you were going to start to take real shots to the confidence of this team. You had to go in there and win that game. And I don't want to hear these motherfuckers, oh, you beat a wounded Colts team. Really? We weren't beat up? We're not missing fucking guys? Really? Hey. Damn. Even a dick. We were beat up too. You know, this is the fucking NFL. I don't want to hear like, oh, we were wounded. Everybody's fucking wounded after week 1. Everybody. Slap a Band-Aid on, rub some dirt on, and get your fucking ass out there. I don't want to ever hear that excuse. We were beat up. Oh, we were missing so-and-so. Oh, we were this. No, we fucking lost. That's what happens. You lost. You lost. Suck it the fuck up. I don't want to hear excuses. You lost. It is what it is. The line play was solid. Carr was clean for the majority of the game, and that's huge. That's huge, man. You seen what happened in week 1 against the Donkeys when he basically didn't even get touched the whole game. He was able to pick them apart. He's able to pick them apart. And you've seen it again this game. Now, got a little stagnant in the second half, man, with the offense a little bit. I would have liked to seen it, but we at the end of the game, when you went into Josh Jacobs mode, it was time to grind it out, man. That's when you need that type of running back. That's when you used to see beast mode go straight beast mode, and he could implement his will at the end of the game when the team starts to get wore down. You know they're beat, and you just start handing the ball to the running back, and he starts fucking grinding them out. So that was solid. And then you had the addition of Trevor Davis, and you throw him in on the nice little fucking, switch it up play, and he takes it to the fucking house. Man, brought him in for speed because of Dwayne Harris going down and adding him in the return game. And when you got speed like that in the game, you've just got to figure out ways to get the ball in their hand. And that was just when you see a coaching play like that, man, you got to give it up, because that was fucking solid. That was a good setup. And a little bit, Sean, I got to say a little bit. I'd like to see more of that. Step on the throat. When you've got a lead, man, I like to step on the fucking gas and you keep it going. It's not, it's time to drop it into cruise. Now, fuck that. Fuck that cruise control shit. that you could drop it into cruise control and you're on your way home from the stadium. Until then, you run through that shit. And you keep running through that shit until it's that final whistle blows. I hate fucking prevent defenses, and you start to play a different defense in the fourth quarter because you got to lead. And, you don't have to play so tight. We don't want to give up the big play. Fuck that, man. Keep pressure on him and keep doing what you've been doing that's been rattling at him for 3 fucking quarters. I never understand that. You go to the fourth quarter and then you change it all up. You've been owning that ass for fucking 3 quarters. Why would you switch it up now? And now all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, I can do this and I can do that. No, fuck that. You don't let them breathe. I've never understood that. I've never understood that one. Don't get it. Wide receivers were, as a whole, were solid. Tyrell Williams, again, 4th straight game with the touchdown, but he was targeted 7 times, and he only got 3 receptions for 36 yards. Now, one of them was a touchdown, and that's the only one anybody remembers, because he's got 4 straight games with a touchdown. But 7 targets, only 3 catches. You're our number 1, man. You're the dude that's got to be money. You're the number 1. You can't catch 3 out of 7. That's less than 50 fucking % of the balls. You can't do that. To be a number 1, you gotta see you elevate the game a little bit, man. You've seen Waller has elevated his game. He has been the hype has been true. He's been as advertised. That guy has shown to be the real fucking deal thus far. But Tyrell Williams, don't want to knock him, but I want to see a little more consistency. And, we got rid of fucking old Stonehands Cooper for a reason. We don't need another one of those. Foster Moreau, 3 catches, 30 yards, 3 targets. That's the type of stat line we need to see right there. Josh Jacobs, 2 receptions, 29 yards, 2 targets. That's what we need to see. Your boy, Keelan Doss, finally got a catch. I'm sure everybody lost their fucking mind. The Keelan Doss fan club had a fucking imploded. 14 yards, 1 target. He caught it. It's a cute story, but, I mean, everybody that thinks, you need to get Doss in there, man. He'd fix everything. Those guys, I just want to ask them, do you even watch football, man? You just like the colors. Do you get how this works? You realize that guy was on a practice squad? There's a fucking reason for that. 31 other teams didn't think he was good enough to put on their active roster either. Just saying. Do you understand how this all works? But it's nice to see him get out there, see him get a little action. Now, if you haven't, you should check out our sponsor, first and foremost. Use official code Commish81, get you 20% off that shit. We've got, starting next week, at the end of every show on Monday, starting Monday, at every show next week, we're going to be doing $1 raffles. Starting tomorrow, you'll be able to buy the raffle tickets on our website. They're $1 raffle tickets, and we're going to be giving away lots the end of every show. This is the first one next week. This is from our sponsor. This is a large from Raider Nation Store.net. Got a Raider pop socket, one of the Raider Reaction Deep Behind the Enemy Lines bracelets, Raider Reaction button, and a big ass Raider Reaction bumper sticker. All that for $1. We've got some of the 60th anniversary patches from our sponsor, some of the face shields, bunch of t-shirts. We got all kinds of Raider Reaction we're going to throw in with it, but we're going to do big lots at the end of every show next week. Just $1 to get in on it. That's it. So we'll be starting to sell those tickets next week and at the end of every show. So make sure you check that out. Our sponsor, and make sure you click on the group tab, Raider Reaction. Click on the group tab on our Facebook page. Join the official group of Raider Reaction, the Raider Reaction Empire. Come to the dark side. It is real, raw, uncensored. It gets fucking insane. Damn you, Leslie. It gets insane and a little crazy during the season, as you've all seen that have recent members to the dark side. It gets a little off the fucking chain, and people going after each other and nonsense. But it is uncensored, raw, and real. So we just try to referee the madness and let everybody be as insane as they want to be, and rep the shield and the silver and black. So join that. You've got Raider Nation Unlimited and Prison City Raider Nation. Also, make sure you go check those groups out. Those are linked groups with Raider Reaction in the Raider Reaction Alliance, Dark Side Alliance. And make sure you follow us on Instagram, the Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. All that good shit. So, let's move over to the defensive side of the ball, shall we? Where the door was slammed this weekend when the offense didn't want to step up and really, shove the knife the rest of the way in. The defense did. Man, did you see the still photo of Eric Harris as he's heading down the sideline and all the little splattering of Indy fans behind him and the looks of all their faces of dismay? As he's fucking... Oh, man, what a beautiful moment. I mean, I was losing my shit right then. That was great. That was a door-slamming moment. Game over. Game over. That was a beautiful moment. Beautiful moment. Great moment for Eric Harris. And the dude goes and gives his interception gloves, the game-clinching interception gloves, to a kid that was in the stands, happened to be watching his very first Raider game, and he goes over and gives those kids his fucking gloves. I mean, how fucking badass is that? You got them motherfuckers in a fucking framed up on your wall, like, immediately as soon as you got home. That's pretty badass. Very cool guy. We missed getting autograph from him at the game that we were at on opening day by about half a fucking nanosecond. It was unfortunate. He always comes over and he's signing stuff with the kids, and he's a super great guy. And all the people at the stadium said he's always interacting with the fans on the sidelines. So it's nice to see a guy like that who's just a good, genuine guy out there get that big moment. So that was awesome, awesome, awesome finish, closing moments, and you just had to ride it out after that. But that was definitely the sealer. That was definitely the sealer. Now on defense, everybody was crazy concerned when we lost Abram, but I kept reminding everybody there's this guy back there named Carl Joseph that I'd been nothing but happy with and didn't want to see go. I heard all this talk of the trading of Carl Joseph, which I thought was just insanity. And no thank you. Carl Joseph needs to stick around. He lights people up, had pass defended. He's always around the ball. He's always making plays. And I don't need to see him go anywhere. You got LaMarcus Joyner back there who's making plays as well. Eric Harris back there. Of course, adding Abram into all that was extra, but we're fine back there on the back end. Worley's looked good. Connolly's looked good. Mad Max has, for a guy that we got in the 4th round, this guy is looking like one of the steals of our draft so far. He's played well all season. He's a guy that missed all the preseason due to injury, and to see him come in and be a force already, is just a great thing, man. It's a great thing. You've seen a lot, man. It was a good game. It was a really good game against the Colts. It really, really was. It was a needed win. I called it. I didn't want to call it a must-win because I didn't feel it was a must-win. I didn't feel that if we lost that game, you were cashing it in. I didn't feel like that at all. But I felt it was a statement game. Why? Because of the way we played the week prior. I mean, losing to Minnesota, I gave us about a 50-50 in Minnesota. Honestly, they were a good team. They got a solid defense. I still think Kirk Cousins is a bitch, but it is what it is. But the way we played in Minnesota, I felt you had to have a statement game coming out of that. You had to be like, yeah, damn, that was just one of them things. Let's dust it off and move on. And you had to go out and handle business. You couldn't go in against Jacoby Brissett and make him look like an elite quarterback in the NFL. You just couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. So I felt it was a statement game. You had to say, yeah, You know, everybody has those clunkers. That game against Minnesota, everybody has those every once in a while. It's no biggie, but you got to come out and you got to show the league the following week, like, yeah, we know that was a clunker. This is what we can do. Don't forget who we are. That's what I felt we needed to do in week 4. And I think we did it. I think we came out and made a statement. I seen Nate Burleson, as, you know, this morning talking, you know, huge props about Derek Carr as he's, you know, he's clutch guy of the week. And how, you know, how good he looked. And, you know, people were talking about the Raiders after a big win against the Colts because the Colts had been getting a lot of talk. All the hype when, you know, all of a sudden their franchise quarterback retires and then they come out and they're winning. So there's a story around them. And the Raiders, oh shit, the Raiders. The Raiders. Yeah, the Raiders. We came in and handled business. And now we're a conversation again. And that sets it up. Bears, Raiders, Mac, Carr. This sets it up. London. They've got no more advantage than we got. We've been there already. We left. We left Indianapolis, went straight to London. Bears came considerably after us. So we've been there. Will it help? We'll see. It can't hurt. Definitely can't hurt to get acclimated to the time, conditions, elements. Can't hurt. Can't hurt to work your body into that normal time zone. But then you've even got to come back, you know, and then you've got the bye week. So if we can go there and get this win, this game's huge. I think this could be a pivotal game. This could be a game that you're talking about at the end of the season where, you know, this could be the difference between you making or the playoffs or not. Now, when Big L, myself, and Prime all sat down and did our way too goddamn early predictions at the beginning of the season, before preseason started, we all had us at 2-3 or 3-2 going into the bye week. Big L and myself both had us at 3-2. Prime had us at 2-3. We all ended up with us in the playoffs. Big L and Prime had us at 10-6. I ended up with us at 9-7. We all have us in the playoffs as a wild card. So either way, I don't think this is a killer game. Yes, it'd be nice to go in on a 2-game back-to-back wins into the bye week. That's all the good vibes that you want. That's everything that you want. Well, that, of course you read that. That's what they wanted you to read, Kellen. That's the storyline that they're selling, man. That's for sale this week. Come on, buy it up. We're selling the Khalil Mack revenge story this week. That's the story the media is spinning. Khalil Mack said he's going to make us pay. And so all the Raider fans are going to come in there with the fuck Mack and we don't need you and I don't think that's the case. Honestly, don't think that's the case. I don't think he comes in with any more of a chip on his shoulder than he did any other game. You know, everybody twists and turns that shit into the narrative they want. That's the storyline they're selling for this game. It's Mac versus Carr. You know, the cast-off Raider against the franchise quarterback. The Raiders didn't want him. Now he's back for revenge. Dun, dun, dun. Need some, like, cheesy fucking... Exactly, Sean, exactly. You got traded. You got traded. You needed too much money. You were overpriced for the model that we were building. It's called business, man. It's called business. Deal with it. You don't understand?
What?
I know.
What?
Don't be stupid.
What?
It's business. Business. He knows that he gets it too. So, this could be a big game though. You win this game, you go into the bye, coming out against the Packers at Green Bay, Lambeau Field. That could be big. So, it's a big game. I think this is a big game. It's coming at a nice time. The Raiders are on a nice upswing, coming off a win, and the Bears just took a hit and they're missing their quarterbacks. So, quarterback, excuse me, not quarterbacks, quarterback. So you're looking at Daniels probably in there, but you can't sleep just because it's a backup coming in there, man. You can't. Trubisky, I didn't think much of him, but you get a kid that comes in there, you're not prepared, and those are the ones that come out there and they have that big game. You're just not ready for them, and they know they've got nothing to lose. So it's dangerous sometimes when you get a quarterback like that in there. So can't let your guard down. Yeah. Drop your left. That's when we catch you on the chin. And it's not that time. We don't want that. We don't want that. Now we got somebody coming back this week. Got Nevin Lawson coming back. Somebody told me that, and I'm like, so? Oh, that kid's good. I'm like, when? When was he good? Can you show me tape of him being good? All I remember is him being fucking hot garbage against bad offenses in preseason. So we're getting Nevin Lawson back from suspension. I don't know why we kept him anyway, to begin with. So we're getting him back. And great. If somebody gets hurt, he can come in. Other than that, forget it. No reason to be excited about that one. That just doesn't get me excited. It doesn't get me excited at all. So, interesting game. All kinds of storylines. They're going to be spinning it like crazy all week long. And it's going to be the Mac narrative all week long. We're going to get sick of hearing it because truth of the matter is, I mean, unless we meet in the Super Bowl, we're not going to play the Bears again for another 4 years. So, they're going to milk the fuck out of this thing, man. They're going to milk this to death because this narrative can't be played again unless it happens in a Super Bowl. And oh my God, if it happens in a Super Bowl, Jesus H. Christ, you're going to get so sick of fucking hearing about it. It's going to be insane. But this is the only time. So they're going to freaking shoot their wad right now with everything that they can get about Carr and Mac. And this is all of it. You're going to get it all dumped on you all week long. Khalil Mack said he wants to rip off Derek Carr's head. You know, you're going to see all kinds of shit. And just be careful. Make sure you look and see what website that shit's coming from because, you know, there's some fucking trash out there. Some trash out there floating around. Straight fucking trash. So, be careful, be careful, be careful. So, you know, like, some fucking motherfuckers saying we getting digs. We ain't getting digs. Come on, man. This ain't Madden. People don't just trade fucking superstars in the middle of the season like football cards. That shit doesn't happen. Get out of here with that garbage. Come on. Come on now. You're smarter than that, man. So, like I said, starting next week, as soon as we get off our Facebook restrictions, tonight is our last show under unlawful Facebook restrictions. So, to give back, because we got fucked out of basically a week of broadcasting, starting next Monday, the end of every show, we're going to be doing a $1 raffle. And everybody that's got a raffle ticket and bought your $1 raffle ticket over that 24 hours, you're going to have a chance to get in. We've got a whole box of goodies from RaiderNationStore.net, our official sponsor. Sent a whole bunch of stuff. Make sure you check out their pages, or their site. Use Commish81, get yourself 20% off. But you can stop in Raider Nation, Raider Reaction, official webcast right here every night next week. 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern, same Raider time, same Raider channel. Every motherfucking night, at the end of the show, we're going to give away something to one lucky viewer who's watching with their fucking raffle ticket in hand. I got a golden ticket. Right here, ready to fucking win. What? Yeah, you heard me, motherfucker. Instead of golden ticket. Fuck you. So, make sure you follow us on Instagram. Follow us on the Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And check out our website. Check out the Commish's Corner. I've got, anytime, man, I put all kinds of shit on there. That's my own little personal little spot. Because Raider Reaction, man, I mean, this is my little personal spot too, but Raider Reaction, that's like the whole team, the hype team. We all post to it, and that's not all me. This is my own little spot on the website, and check it out, the RaiderReaction.com, the Commissioner's Corner. You can check out all the members of the hype team. You can actually see who they all are. We got all their pictures up there with everybody's hashtags, so you can see who's who. Shows you how to get in the hype team. Richie, I got you out there, man. I know you're out there sitting, wavering, wondering if you're in. I'll be hitting you up here soon. It ain't easy to get in the hype team, especially mid-season. I like to reboot after the season, in like a 2-month period between February and April after the season ends. I like to reboot, you know, cut dead weight, strengthen the team. That's our off season. So, but we are booming, we are moving up, and there are some people that still want to join the team. So if you're interested, go to the website. There's a vehicle for you to send us your interest in joining the hype team. I am looking for journalists, man, aspiring journalists who want to get on here, who want to pen articles for RaiderReaction.com. We would share them to the page. We would share them to all of the main groups. We would share them to all of our social media outlets. It could be a way for you to, if you're an aspiring journalist, to get your vehicle out there. So we are looking for journalists to write articles about the silver and black for our website, as well as anybody else who's interested in doing a show, a sit-down live, informal conversations with Raider Nation, what have you. If you're interested in a vehicle with a built-in audience, Raider Reaction could be what you're after. So if you're interested in joining the hype team, you got something to bring to the table, man, come to our website, RaiderReaction.com, hit us up. But check out the website. There's a lot of freshness there. A lot of freshness. And the reaction shop is there as well. So I like to finish every one of my little solo shows with a special little segment. I'm getting there. What? I'm getting there. That I like to call the WTF. Now tonight's starting a little early. I'm going to need a drink for this one. Those of you who know and those of you that don't, Facebook has these little rules and these little governing laws and these little bylaws and way that you are supposed to govern your actions to maneuver and work and function on their site. They're a business entity, basically. They're a business entity for my brand, the Raider Reaction brand. It's our vehicle. This is our main stream and our outlet to get our show, our webcast, our graphics, our products out, our brand out to our audience. This is our vehicle. I have paid Facebook for advertising to push our vehicle over the 3 years that we've been on here. So this is a business entity to me. And to have said entity that you pay, they don't provide you any tech support. You can't contact them. You can't reach out to them and ask them why is this not working? What's going on here? Why have I been implemented with my page being restricted so that nothing that we post reaches anybody's timelines or news feeds? That we've basically just become a website. Our page became a website that somebody has to come click on to find the content. That's not social media. That's not what you developed and invented. That's not what Facebook is. It's built on sharing. It's built on sharing content, knowledge, media, video, audio, photos. That's what it was built on that. So how can you restrict us for doing that? And how can you restrict somebody for sharing same and like content to groups that promote that content? And how do you just let an anonymous person report people and then restrict them without letting them know what they did, You try, convict, and sentence people without even letting them know the motherfucking crime. I don't even know the crime that our page committed. Now, I mean, it could be any list of fucking ones, because, I do, I bend a rule or two. But if you let me know what rule I bent too far, I would know how to not bend that in the future. But you didn't even do that. We got restricted. And if you're curious, go look at the pinned post at the top of the page. You'll see the photo from what I see every time I go to my fucking page to work on things. I see this gigantic banner that says you're restricted until August 2nd at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. It's the reason the numbers are low tonight, and they are what they are. It's the reason we're not getting out, we're not getting the views. It's because we're not reaching anybody's timelines. So for those of you that have stopped in over the past 7 days and have watched and spent time with us on RAIDER ReACTION on our webcast, you guys are fucking awesome. And you guys are the reason that we keep going, and the lifeblood that keeps us going. You guys are badass, and we appreciate every fucking one of you that stops in and hangs out with us here at RAIDER ReACTION, because you guys, you're finding us because you know that we're here, and you want to come and you want to hang out, and you want to watch, and you want to listen to what we got to say, and you want to find the content, because we got the news here. We've got a whole team that scours the fucking internet to find everything silver and black related, and put it in one fucking spot for you so you don't have to do it. The fact somebody would just restrict that is fucking bullshit. So you stepped all over us? Well, that shit's done. Because starting tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, p.m. in the afternoon, when we're freed, the fire burns again. And we're back. We're back full fucking force. Prime's with me tomorrow night, and then Wednesday we got OG fucking Raider Nation member in the house, the Violator. 100% real, raw, uncensored, no holds barred interviewed with the Commish and the Violator right here Thursday night for Throwback Thursday. You can watch that bitch ass game in the background, but you're gonna be watching the Commish and the Violator. Check that shit out Thursday. Myself and Prime tomorrow night as we get into everything. The entire season, man. We missed our picks last week because of the restriction. We didn't do our show. So I posted all of our picks. So we're going to go through 2 weeks of picks, get into everything. And then we want you guys here tomorrow night to do your picks with us as well and pick all of the games for this coming week. Damn right, Sean. You can't hold us down, because I got all you top fans and all you folks that stop in here, members of the Raider Nation. That's why we keep doing what we're doing, man. We keep streaming the games. We keep fighting the man. Fuck them. You can't hold us down. You can try, but you can't hold us down. Until next time, same Raider time, same Raider channel. I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation.